As we help students understand decomposing, it's also important to do fluency activities so students can develop that ease and accuracy with fluency. As we think about fluency, remember there are some skills that we really want to emphasize with our fluency activities. That might be related to decomposition of 5 and decomposition of 10, but it also could be decomposing from other numbers as well. Here in these examples, you see we've got 2 different colored counters in our either 5 frame or 10 frame, and then we're also writing the subtraction equations that go along with that representation. Your students might be writing subtraction equations, or if they're not ready for that yet, maybe they're writing the addition equations. Now, there are several different activities that students can use to practice fluency. As you can see, I have to move so that we can see these. So one of the activities is shake and spill, and you can do this to 5 or 10. So here I'm going to count out 5 or 10 counters and put them in a plastic cup. And then I'll cover the top of the cup and shake it around, and then I'm going to spill those counters out. So maybe my counters spill like this. So I can see of those 5 counters, I have 3 red and 2 yellow. So then maybe I color my 5 frame, 3 red, 2 yellow, and I could also write an equation to show what I see. I can see that 3 and 2 is 5, or 5 can be made of 3 and 2. Another thing that I could do is play a game. For example, this game here. This game, Molly adds and subtracts from 10. Students are giving different tasks. Here, the task is Molly's having a party, help her find flowers to decorate. So there, students are asked to plant a certain number of flowers. There it was 9. And then we pick 5 of those flowers. And then the question is, how many flowers are left in the field? So if we have 9 and one of our sets has 5, how many are in the remaining set? Well, here I can see that there are 4. So 9 can be made of 5 and 4. Later, you can make different flower arrangements there, so students can answer how many flowers are in each of the arrangements. And then after completing all the tasks, they get to watch a cute little birthday party animation. Another thing that you might want to ask students to do is play splat. Here, students look at a certain number of dots and they count the number of dots. In this example, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 dots or 5 shapes. Then splat. Uh-oh, something happened to cover some of those shapes. So then students have to figure out, well, how many shapes are under that splat? And how do you know? And how else could you know? So here I can see that 5 can be decomposed into 2 and 3. And I can lift up my splat there to see that decomposition in action. A really nice way to play splat is to have student-generated splat. Here are some examples. On the top example, a student's target number was 18, and then you can see they drew 6 hearts, and then they had to figure out how many hearts would be under that splat, and there they determined that would be 12 hearts. On the bottom example, the student's target number was 15. If they have 7 shapes outside of the splat, how many shapes are under the splat? And then these students wrote both addition equations and subtraction equations to represent the splat. Now, there are many fluency activities that you could use to help students practice decomposing. I'd like you to push pause and tell us about some of those fluency activities you might use to help students understand decomposing numbers from 10.